Howdy folks, my name's Todd, the Flippin' Hustler, and I buy things at garage sales, estate sales, auctions, wherever I can find a good deal, and I put it on eBay. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and I've had my channel about that long, 3 years. And in the meantime, or over this time, I've met a lot of good friends, and one of my good friends, Thrifty SMA, tagged me to answer these 9 questions. And so I thought, you know what? Today's a good day. I'm going to go ahead and answer these 9 questions. So, first one is, what does my channel name mean? Well, the Flippin' Hustler is not just me. The Flippin' Hustler is a mind state. So if you too go to garage sales, if you go to estate sales, if you sell on eBay, Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, wherever you sell, and you make a living at it, you have to hustle. You know that. I know that. So, flippin', buy things to flip, and you have to hustle if you want to make a living. Flippin' Hustler. It's not just me. It's a state of mind, right? So that's why I created the merchandise Flippin' Hustler, because everybody, if you're in this game, is a Flippin' Hustler. So by having this, it's just a little way of saying, you know what, I'm a Flippin' Hustler, you're a Flippin' Hustler, wouldn't you like to be a Flippin' Hustler too? Yeah. So that's that. That's what that means, Flippin' Hustler. Where was I born? I was born in Colorado. Born down in Colorado. Yep, back in a long time ago. A long time ago. Where am I now? I'm somewhere in the United States, up north. That's as specific as I'm going to get. What would my parents have named me if I had been a girl? If I was going to be a girl, my mom would have named me Heather. I remember growing up and them saying that, Todd, if you'd have been a girl, we would have named you Heather. So, Heather would have been my name. Yep. What is my eye color? It's brown. It's brown. It's brown. Want to see it? Here, I'll show you. Brown. Alright, so there you go. What is my favorite candle scent? I would have to say cinnamon. I like cinnamon. Yeah, cinnamon. Can I cook? Yeah, I can cook when I choose to. But I jokingly say I'll make anything you want as long as it's breakfast. I'm a big fan of bacon, eggs, tortilla, beans, chili, you know, the basics for me. So I like that kind of stuff. But I can cook. I like to bake. Caroline and I like to do cookies and brownies. Whatever she wants to make, we make. So yeah. What is my sign? I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries. And I think that's pretty accurate, some of the stuff I've read. What scares me about getting old? Losing the ones that I love, because if I'm getting older, that means they're getting older too. That's about it. Other than that, you know, getting old is great, man. I love it. My 40s have been way better than my 20s. My 30s were kind of, you know, trying to figure out my 20s, and then by the time you hit your 40s, you're older, wiser, young enough to still do, old enough to know better, right? So yeah, that's what it is. Number 10, what is the last thing I bought? I had to think about this before I went live, or before I started this. Last thing I bought was 2 rolls of tape. I was shipping the other day before yesterday, whatever, and I ran out of tape. So I went and I bought some tape. So that was what I bought. What's my favorite holiday? I would say Christmas time. Just not necessarily the holiday itself, but I think the nostalgia of it. You know, I've already started listening to Christmas music. I'll put on some Christmas movies. You know, it kind of brings you back to center, right? Back to whatever your happy place is. For me, I like Christmas. So, that is that. What else here? What is my favorite, or what is my guilty pleasure? What is my guilty pleasure? Guilty pleasure. I don't do much. Let's see here. I think that's something that you'd be ashamed to actually tell people, like maybe watching Hannah Montana. There is a song I like by, is it Miley Cyrus? I got my mind set on you. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know it, but that, I guess maybe that's a guilty pleasure. You know, I like some goofy song. What show do I binge watch? Little House on the Prairie. Andy Griffith. Those are the two primaries. And when I'm binge watching, I'm not just sitting there watching them. I will have taken a round of pictures. I'm sitting upstairs. I've got Andy Griffith or A Little House on the Prairie on the TV, and I've got my phone and I'm listing or editing or doing something. So it's just background. When I'm down here, I have my laptop set up over there, and I have motivational stuff going the whole time. So, yeah, I try and utilize my time. What item do I never leave the house without? That would be my spider knife that belonged to my brother David. I always have a knife on me, whether it's this one or a cold steel. Let's see here. Are you an evening or morning person? I prefer to be a morning person. I do my best work when I'm up at 3, work until about 10, maybe take an hour nap, and then continue on with the rest of my day. But that 3 to 7 o'clock time is really magical. Does it always happen? No, it doesn't. Has it happened in a while? No, it hasn't. But I'm starting to get back into it. For the last month, my schedule's been just completely messed up. And, going to sleep at 2, 3 in the morning, well, consequently, your day starts out later. So now I'm back in the routine where I'm going to bed earlier, getting up earlier, and I feel much better. I'm more productive. I like to work when others are sleeping. That's what I like. Let's see here. What's my favorite movie genre? Probably comedy. I don't do much horror, or I do any horror, for a long time, because I believe that whatever you put in, whatever you see, whatever you hear, stays in your brain, and it makes things happen, it's just in there, and, if you put crap in your head, guess what you're going to get, right? So, if you put scary things in your head, you're going to have scary thoughts. I don't want scary thoughts, right? I got other things going on. So, okay, so that's that. Am I an introvert or an extrovert? Well, that's kind of a catch-22 there, because if we were to have a YouTube meetup or a eBay meetup, whatever, man, I'm just like this right here, right? But I'm 100% good being alone. I can be an island for weeks. I don't need to talk to people. I'm good 100% by myself. So I can be an introvert, but when I'm out in public and I need to take care of business or whatever, I'm good. Now, do I make an effort to go out to the big cities? No, I don't. I'm over it. I'm over the big cities. I'm over the hustle bustle. I'm down to let's slow life down and enjoy. Right? What is my biggest accomplishment? Well, that's a different kind of question, because there's multiple ways to look at that. My biggest accomplishment in life, I think overall, is being alive. Because there's been some crazy times in my life where I shouldn't be alive, other times where I didn't want to be alive. There's times where, and not just saying me, all of us have felt this way. There's times where, no matter how sane you are, you think you are, there's always thoughts, right? Of, well, maybe I should have done this, I should have done that. But just being alive, that is an accomplishment in itself. But my biggest accomplishment would have to be family. My family, my oldest daughter Paisley, the first 14 years of her life, I was involved, and then she moved to Colorado, and I haven't been as involved. So that is a bad thing. But my family here, that's still up here in Fargo, or not Fargo, it's not where I live, but up where I'm at, is solid. We're good no matter what. No matter what happens, that's the foundation right there, is the family. There's going to be great times. There's going to be some really bad times. There's going to be some hard times. There's going to be things that most people, but you know what? No matter what happens, our family is solid. We're going to get through anything and everything, and we've gotten through a lot, and we're going to continue to just live life, and that's the way it's going to go. As far as business goes, I would say myself, working on myself, reading all the books I've read, investing the time in me, and actually retaining these things, and then be able to tell people these things, speak about these things that I've learned. Some of these things I've implemented. If I implemented everything I've learned, golly gee, who knows where I could be? But I'm here because I've done what I've done, and this is where I'm at. So I am going to continue to try harder and be a better person every day. Is it going to require $1 million to make me happy? No, I'm happy right now. Everything else that happens from here forward is just gravy. It's just gravy, right? So those are my 19 questions. Other biggish compliments. Well, I've been on eBay for 3 years. That's a pretty big accomplishment. I hit 1,000 subscribers back in April. That's a pretty big accomplishment. I'm at like 1,400 now. I haven't made a video in a couple weeks, but my subscribers still continue to grow. I've owned an exotic dancing company. I had a limousine company. I had a party bus company. That was all about 10 years. I had a detail shop for the last 3 years. I do that seasonally. I was #1 salesman in the automotive industry. I crushed. Whenever I do something, I strive to be the best, right? And I think it proves to me that it can be done. But then my problem is consistency. It's really easy to become #1, but to stay #1, that's really when it gets crazy. So when I hit my 1,000 subscribers, everyone's striving for 1,000. Well, you hit it, and then I plateaued. I'm like, okay, well, now what? Whoop-de-doo. Well, I have to retrain and say, okay, well, yeah, you hit your 1,000. Now you need to keep pushing forward and more and more and more. So when I come downstairs now, I'm like, okay, look what you've accomplished in the last 3 years. All this stuff. Is it the best? No, but it's a lot better than it was, right? And I'm still thankful that everything's going the way it is. So eBay, family. What else is there? Family, eBay. And then go do some fun stuff. And to me, going sourcing, that's fun. Working is fun. It's not work, it's fun. Spending time with my kid. We built a snowman. Whatever. The small things are what matters. And everything else is everything else. So those are my 19 questions. I know I ramble a lot. If you're new to my channel, you're going to find that out. If you're one of my existing friends, then you already know. It's just me being me. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. This has been 12 minutes of your life, 19 questions. I'm not going to tag anybody, but if you want to, answer some questions, man. Have a good day. Bye.